reading for you about somebody who is trying to figure out a romantic interest. So this could be someone who is on a dating app or someone who has gone on a first date, but we have some lack of clarity. And for whatever reason, I feel like in particular, what's coming through is there is a person who says one thing, like, my favorite color is green. And then you find out that it's not green. It's a dumb example because that doesn't probably matter to you, but there is misrepresentation in a flirtation that gives someone a bit of pause. Maybe I don't really want to get to know this person as much as I thought, or maybe I need to keep it moving because this person doesn't really seem to know who they are or want to be honest about who they are. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member, as well as how you can find my homemade soy candles on Etsy. Let's dive in. I think we shall start with the Wild Reflections Tarot. What else do we have? Eight of Swords in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Cups. So I had started to develop a crush, or I had started to daydream about what it might be if we were together, or, if you fell in love. But I started asking some questions, or I noticed something that wasn't necessarily aligning with what you told me. And I found out that you are not who you say you are. The King of Pentacles in the reverse is giving like a lack of stability or financial codependency. So you could have somebody who's trying to get into a relationship because they want their bills paid. Hello, Mart. How are you doing today? So we have the Four of Cups in the reverse, the Four of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Wands in the reverse, and Death in the reverse. There's a hesitation here. Like, I have discovered this person I've been flirting with or getting to know is not who they say they are, but I'm not ready to reject them. I'm not ready to walk away. Yes, there's some, instability or some chaos here or some questions I have. I do feel like the connection is a little bit vulnerable, but I'm not ready to end the connection. I'm sorry, why? Is they like totally lying about who they are? All right, we'll give them a benefit of the doubt. We'll see what else we get. We have the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles. This is a gold digger, okay? And the Page of Swords. Information is discovered, and you realize there's been lies about who they are, where they're from, or what their intentions are, how much money they have, perhaps. Hello, Drake. I do personal questions after the general reading, which is probably in about 30 minutes or so, with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also donate a membership. And I do have a few limitations or like boundaries, I should say. I'm not here to like see if somebody's going to win at gambling, for example. And I stay away from health questions generally. So we've got the King of Wands and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Curiosity. I feel like now I have to do some investigation. I need to know, what is it from your past or what is it about you that led to your feeling like you had to pretend to be someone else? I think this is either a close friend or the person who's actually romantically involved. But it's like, I got to figure out why you're lying. Why did you lie about this thing? Why are you acting differently? Like, what's the true motivation here? Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Indeed, Floyd. How are you doing? Three of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. They're flaky too, really? So maybe it's because they don't show up on time or at all for a date. Maybe it's because, you know, you have too much time on your hands. So you're like, well, let's just like look up this person's name, or let's just like see if they're on Facebook or something. I feel like all of a sudden now we have this like, I've got to get to the bottom of what this person is all about. And I don't feel like I can just take them at their word, which I would just argue if you have to do the investigation on somebody that you're getting to know, like, why not just swipe? What is it? What's the rejection one? Left? Right? Why not just like say, okay, maybe it's not like worth it then? Because like you didn't want me to know who you really are? We'll see. What else? Happy family. The thinking woman. The only way that I can get what I want is by saying that what I'm pursuing or what my goal is pertaining to this happy family. But I don't think that's what they're looking for. I think this is somebody looking for money. First chakra, Archangel Michael, and we also have the World. Yeah, this is someone who's been looking for a very particular type of person, and it seems to be like their goal is, how rich are you? How much money do you have? Hello, Sequoia. How are you doing? Oh, don't mind me. I'm going to show off just a second. Just a little bit. So, some down there, some over there. And then there's like 20 decks that I have on my desk in front of me. I have 103. Don't judge me. I had to count because I was excited to know if it had gotten over 100 yet. We're gonna go with the Cook's Tarot. Hello, Big. Oh, I can't disagree at all because I like the trust is the foundation, right? You can't build anything on top of a lack of trust. I'm doing well, thank you, Sequoia. Hey, Nat, how you doing today? Well, to be honest, Sequoia, I can't take like full credit. I have some very kind and generous viewers who like to treat me to tarot decks. This one, for example, is gifted to me. But I do love them. I have a fascination with the art that you find on those, and it's interesting how the message can change depending on what you see in the depiction of it, right? And the Cook's Tarot is one of my favorites. I don't know that I'd be able to find it too quickly, but there is, for the Five of Wands card, on like a regular Five of Wands, it's people like with a big stick that are arguing or like fighting each other, right? In the Cook's Tarot, instead of it being like sticks, like branches or whatever, they're loaves of bread, like baguettes, and that just makes my day. It's those kind of variations that are amazing. Cooks, like no E. It's got this green background. Very fun artistic style. But we've got someone who's looking at this situation and feeling like they have to take matters into their own hands with the Two of Wands. I feel like this is someone who's doing research. Now we have a birthday cake there. So I feel like this is somebody who is trying to dig up information because they're like, well, at least I got their birthday. I should be able to get something for that, right? We got some amateur detective work happening here. Because I don't want to fall in love with somebody who is pretending to be something that they're not. I want to make sure that whoever I'm dealing with, like, I know what's really going on. Oops, not that one. This one. All right. Let's see what we've got with the Shadowscapes Tarot. Hello, Rob. Hello, B. Hello, Chad. Hello, Successful Trillionaire. Sequoia, I get made fun of sometimes, but I decided a long time ago that the way I wanted to shuffle was I'll do this, and whenever a card comes out, then that's the card that my spirit guide wants me to see. See, I like this one. It weirds me out that there are people who just shuffle for a little bit and then they like go through like half the pile with all the cards. And I'm like, what? Because I like to imagine there's a spirit guide here going like, that one. Oh, that one. We've got Ace of Pentacles, Death in the Reverse, and the Two of Wands. So before I get ahead of myself, before I get too invested in this person, I really need to figure out who they are. I really need to figure out whether or not this is a person who is here for the long term or if they have some kind of questionable motivations, right? That's funny. Rob, I'm in Tennessee. We've got the Two of Wands indicating this is often planning, but I feel like this is, I'm investigating. I'm doing some detective work. I need to figure out the truth about this person. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. We have an owl, a symbol of wisdom. I think there's a new person that they encounter, and this is someone who can give them information. Look at how beautiful that is. And the Nine Swords, it's like tattooed on him. You see that? But I like that the Nine of Swords is in the reverse. This person's saying, I'm not going to get caught up in a relationship with somebody who's faking who they are. I know how to figure this out. I can use my discernment, and I can also use my search engine, you know? Oh, thank you, Elevation. How are we doing? Where is relationship with, was it Akash? Going. Awesome. I've added that for you, Elevation. Thank you. And we're probably about 20 minutes out. Hey, JD, how are you doing? Big, who's hiding from you? Yes. The World. And the Sun in the reverse. Is Redbeard on the live chat? He's probably going to make fun of me for not brushing my hair. It's a it's a delicate process. We got information to be discovered. I think this is someone traveling. This is so weird. I haven't thought of this movie in a really long time, but I think it's called Trip to Bountiful. And most of you probably haven't seen it, so forgive me for using a little bit of an older reference. But if you have seen it, you might know that it's kind of incredible. But the idea being sometimes in order to work out what happened or what the reality, like the real situation is, you got to do a little bit of research or like travel and figure it out in that location, right? Haley, I'm going to ask you to try that again and maybe just like not yell at people. That would be great. Thank you, Annette. Hello, tall boy. How are you doing? So we've got the Chariot. There's travel. They're going, what are they going to, like this person's hometown? And the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Before I get involved, like too involved with this person, before I allow myself to start like daydreaming about like moving in or like having some life with you, I really need to know who you are. So I'm going to go. You said you're from Dallas. So I'm going to go check it out. You said you're from Chicago. I'm going to go look at, you know, the neighborhood you said you were in. This is somebody who's literally traveling to go get information. I don't think it's just doing some background check, you know? Four of Pentacles and the Three of Swords in the reverse. Because I'm not going to just allow someone to play my face like that. If you're lying about who you are, I'm going to figure it out, and then I can avoid getting my heart broken by a liar. Right? Hello, Koto. How are you doing? Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. There's this hope. Maybe you're just lying about something because you're embarrassed. Maybe you just don't want me to know where you're from, or maybe you really don't get along with your family, so you don't want that to be something that impacts how I view our relationship. This person is looking for the possibilities that this is just like kind of innocuous and not a big deal, that they've lied about their background or where they're from. But the truth is, it is a big deal. Go out. Okay. What are they gonna find? Two of Pentacles and the reverse. Chaos. Eight of Cups. Page of Cups and the reverse. The Magician. So they're looking, this King of Wands is the person who wants to know who they're dealing with, right? They're looking into this person's past or looking into like their family or whatever, hoping that it's like, okay, so maybe you ran away because you didn't like who you were dealing with, or you were, you know, being manipulated by a parent or something. That's understandable. Like I would probably hold some of that to myself. Not a big deal. But instead, it seems like what they end up encountering is their love interest left a big mess behind. And that maybe they're the problem. Wait, what's that? What's that, Lemonade? Why can't you speak Spanish? ¿Estás estudiando la idioma? ¿Puedes mirar telenovelas? That helped me. Hello, Audra. Your message is very pleasant, but could you not do all caps, please? It gives me a bit of a headache. That being said, very much so, you are welcome in a live chat, and I hope you enjoy the reading. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. We have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles with the King of Cups. I'm proud of you. It's like emotional responsibility. My intuition says there's something that's a little bit off, and it feels like I really need to make sure that I'm not getting ahead of myself or, you know, diving into a relationship with somebody who's not really interested in being themselves. I need to be responsible with my emotions. Before I, you know, dive in and really get to know this person and potentially fall in love with them, I want to know why this isn't really making sense, you know? Hey, Ryan, if you would like to come back around, feel free to be respectful and I won't bounce you from the live chat. Otherwise, thank you for stopping by. It makes total sense to me that you would mock something that you don't understand. Ten of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles and the reverse. This is like you told me you went to, like you graduated from the school. You matriculated from that school. You should have a degree, or that you worked at like the local Dairy Queen or something. But in this person's travels, in the King of Wands travels, I feel like they realize some of these stories, like the lore of this person, completely fabricated. It's not what actually happened. Lemonade, are you talking to someone else? I think that's for the live chat, but you let me know if that's for me. Ace of Swords, Strength, the Chariot in the reverse. Sometimes you travel miles and miles only to discover that what you would really like to be working towards is something that needs to stay in the past, is something that you really cannot build on. So I think this truth comes through. And with the chariot in the reverse, it's like, okay, well, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I decided to, do a little bit of digging because I do want to avoid a heartbreak. I'm just upset because I feel like I found some not so great information about this person. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. We'll just have to let that one go, I guess. We've got the Nine of Cups, clarifying the Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. So clearly the number 9 is important. Maybe it's because this person was like actually getting to the point where they wanted to make things official, but there was something that was bothering them. And now that they've been able to kind of solve that, they're realizing maybe I was just like a little bit distracted by the fact that I'm really attracted to you, or distracted by the fact that, you also like Star Trek. I really wanted to be happy, but now that I've got some additional insight into who you are, I can't see myself investing in this relationship anymore because you lied to me. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. So even though last week I was thinking about being in a long-term relationship with you and how excited I was that I met you, now I'm looking at it as, it's been real. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Bobby, please call me Carmen. I'm doing well. How are you? Two of Swords in the reverse. Temperance in the reverse. It's not a match. I can't be with this person after figuring out what I did and realizing why they lied about who they are or what they want. I mean, it's like the King of Wands did some research and found out that they were trying to date Jennifer Love Hewitt from the movie Heartbreakers. Like, oh, okay, so it looks like we have a pattern established here where you just like try to get into relationships with people and then use them for their money and then you leave. I don't want that. Bye. This is the Gilded Reverie. Hello, Martin. How are you doing? Martin, I'm just going to tell you this. Sometimes we are challenged with things that we haven't quite distanced ourselves with because there is an opportunity to step up and show that you are absolutely capable of making changes. And Martin, I am absolutely confident that you have what it takes to make that change. But if you've watched Intervention, I'm sure you know that when you remove yourself from an environment such as that, it's much more likely that you're able to make that change last. So I'm sending you healing and abundance, but I encourage you to remove yourself from that situation whenever you're able to do so without it completely making things crazy. But I believe in you. You can make this change and your life will be better for it. If anyone in the live chat is able to add the 1-800 number for substance abuse, I would very much so appreciate that. So we have number 22, number 32, and number 14. The stairs or the path. It's a choice, right? There's two doors at the top there. The moon and the fox. The fox is interesting because it's like I'm hearing foxy lady or silver fox even, right? There's no doubt in my mind this love interest is attractive or is appealing to people. They have a je ne sais quoi, or they have this magnetic quality. People get pulled in. But when you're sitting here at this crossroads and you have the decision, do I invest more or do I figure out why something is bothering me about this person? This King of Wands decides to figure out what the secret is. What are you lying about? Or why is it that I feel like I can't quite trust you? And when they do some digging, they realize this is somebody who's a bit of a chameleon. They do not represent their true character or like what their real intentions are. So like, do we really want to be in a relationship with someone like that? One of the most important things I learned years back is the expectations or the standards that you set with your romantic partner probably even applies to like friends or family, right? Well, unless you're like born to a mom and then the standards that you set. This is how I expect you to treat me, and if you don't treat me that way, then I'm going to have to end the connection or the friendship or whatever. Those standards never get better. Day one, you tell a person what you expect. Maybe not like a whole big list, like, please don't ever call me stupid. But you convey what you're willing to tolerate. You cannot go 6 months and then be like, you know what, I would like you to treat me better. You already told them what your price was. You already told them what you were willing to put up with. They're not going to change for you because they feel like they'll be able to just slide right back into whatever things were before. So when you start something with a person, don't you dare sacrifice the rules or the respect that you know you deserve from other people. Because that, my friend, that is all you'll ever get from that person. It will not go up from there, okay? Sorry, I'll get off my pedestal now. Hello, Sequoia. Or I already said hello to you, but thank you for subscribing. Enjoy your breakfast. Ciao. You're welcome, Martin. If anyone else is able to send some positive healing energy towards Martin, I would very much so appreciate it. That's why we do the collective thing, right? Hello, Zach. How are you doing? The username is sending me. Hello, spiritual healer. How are you doing? Hello, Paul. Hello, Chris. Thank you. Or is it Christy? I hope you're having a good day. So we have the bouquet. This is about admiration or beauty. Raise your hand if you have dealt with somebody who felt like because they were really attractive, they could get away with whatever they wanted. Oh, is that like all of you? This is our Queen of Wands, feels that the King of Wands is not going to question them because they are so attractive. If I tell you something, you should just believe it because look at, I'm so hot. Do not believe a person just because they're attractive, okay? We need to be operating with our discernment, our intuition, you know, like it's the Wild Wild West and that's what you pull out when you have like a duel. You can't fool me. I got my intuition right here. Just make sure you have a really cool cowboy hat and some boots for that moment, okay? We've got the bear and the labyrinth. So yes, this person put you through the paces. They were like, I could fool you. I could probably convince you that I'm a good person or that I actually want to like, oh, I don't know, like love you. Um, because they see you as being able to help them with something that they want help with. Either that is I'm, looking for someone who can pay for my bills, most likely scenario, or I need like a place to stay. I'm trying to get away from, an ex, whatever it is. They weren't honest with you about that. So they put you through this maze, but at the end of the day, you still find out the truth. The birds are about communication, and I feel like this is when you convey how you feel about the situation. And I feel like you hold your ground. You are standing on business, right? You're like, nah, 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 nah. See, I told you that I need this kind of respect, and you're over here trying to offer me this kind of respect, and that's not going to work for me. Okay, so sorry. That's like if you were trying to sell something on Marketplace. Now, please keep in mind, I've literally never used that thing. But if you're trying to sell something and you say like, lowest I would take is like 500 or whatever, and someone's out here saying like, would you take 100, please, please, please? Sit down. You're embarrassing yourself. This person's embarrassing themselves by thinking that they can get into a loving, high caliber relationship with someone like you who really does have good intentions and then just like use you for what they want before they like walk away. Clearly, they have you up with somebody else. I'm proud of you, Martin. Good work. Hello, OPM. How are you doing? Hello, Leah. All right, let's get just a few more we'll do the situations deck, and then after that, we're going to start on the personal questions. Settlement, agreement, compromise, escapade, vacation, hideaway, adventure. So I do feel this is someone who escaped some not so great elements of their past and felt like they could just kind of brush those under the rug. No one's ever going to really need to know about what happened there. And they were hoping to get some sort of financial assistance or get taken care of, right, by someone that they date. Soulmates, crickets, and denial. Yes, the King of Wands might have initially felt that the Queen of Wands was their soulmate. That's probably why they showed up as the King and Queen of Wands. Those would be divine counterparts. We have so much in common. It felt like this was really the person that I was going to end up with. But then there was this disappointing realization that led to some quiet pondering, right? Okay, so have I just completely missed the red flags because I was so excited about how attractive this person is? Maybe I need to revisit this. This is why the King of Wands did their investigation, right? So I think they're telling this Queen of Wands, I figured out what's going on, and it's really not my thing. It was great to get to know you, but I'm going to have to like keep it moving. Christy asks, do you think in-person readings are better than online? You know, like years ago, I probably would have said yes, that in-person is better. But that's because back then I was pretty much only doing in-person readings, and I liked to have somebody like cut the deck for themselves, put their energy in the cards. But I also feel like I'm able to more clearly get the message when I can kind of like zero in on the cards and not feel someone's energy right in front of me. Does that make sense? When I'm doing the readings on YouTube, I feel like your energy all comes through in like a very organized way and I can kind of like handle it. But in person, it's amplified. That being said, I think perhaps there could be some value in terms of people paying closer attention. I don't know. That would be my assessment. Hello, Mac. How are you doing? Thank you, Nat Nat. What are David's thoughts about Nat Nat? Hey, Darnell. How are you doing? Hello, Dana. Hello, Constantine. I'll just throw all the cards everywhere, you guys. So we have the roller coaster card, divine feminine, and love. This is someone who is mad because they felt like they'd already gotten their meal ticket. They're like, where are you going, baby? I thought you were in love. What do you mean you know my real name? What do you mean you figured out what I'm after? Now I gotta go find another one? This is someone who might literally go from town to town or place to place looking for some new person to take advantage of. I want to be very clear, this is as easy for a woman to do as it is for a man, in case anybody's trying to ascribe gender rules here. It could be either, right? It could be any. But we got this King of Wands who's too smart for it, and they're saying, I'm good. I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't think I need to be in this relationship. All right, let's dive into personal questions. This is the Santa Muerte, and we've got elevation first and then Nat second. For elevation, we have, where is the relationship with Akash going? Magician in the reverse. Swords, or Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. Interesting. So I feel there's someone here who initially was trying to control every little detail. Maybe struggles a little bit with trust. But with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, it's like someone has had like a chat with themselves, like, hey, Carmen, I feel like you're being a little bit, unfair towards that person. What do you mean? I'm not being unfair. Yes, you are. I think you need to just like bring it down a notch a little bit. Maybe you're just scared of getting your heart broken again. No, I'm not. They're actually really weird. Look at them. No, no, no. They're pulling back that assumption that someone is a jerk or cannot be trusted and realizing, oh, okay, maybe there is actually something really awesome about this connection, and I don't want to like ruin it. So we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse migrating over to the Lovers. Ace of Wands in the reverse being like a failure or something that didn't really seem like it was going in the right direction. But then with the Lovers, there's like a shift towards something improving. So is the controlling energy on elevation side? Yes. So your approach to this connection shifts, and that could have a very positive impact on how Akash views you. Because with this Queen of Cups, there's more loving energy and a desire to look at, well, like maybe this is something that could go long term. Four of Wands is a card that can talk about marriage, commitment, right? And this Two of Wands, for me, it's like someone who's saying, oh, okay, like maybe this is going better than I thought. Ten of Pentacles would be a reference to long-term relationship or even starting a family, especially since we now have the Six of Cups, which usually has two kids featured on there. But we have someone who's thinking about future. Like maybe now things are moving forward the way I wanted them to. So you softened a little bit, or you were willing to be a bit more vulnerable or open to the relationship. And as a result, so is this person. Hello, Zaire. How are you doing? Let me write down Dana's question. Does Frankie like the black cat? He stares at it. That's cute. I've added that for you, Dana. All right, so I think I said hello to Sayur, right? Anything else that elevation needs to know about this? Nine of Swords and the Six of Wands in the reverse with the Ace of Swords. Be oh so obsessed with the truth of the situation and acknowledge that there are times where you might ascribe negativity to something where it doesn't exist. So make sure that your perception and your thoughts are real about what's going on and not assuming the worst. Yes, positive outcome of the Ten of Pentacles, absolutely. This is just saying you have leverage over this, and the more you see things as moving forward in a positive way and see this person as someone who could really do right by you, the easier it gets for that to actually fall into place. Oh, and he's huge, huh? How big? My Stewie was like, gosh, what was he? I think he was like 20 pounds, maybe 19. He was big boned. Like he didn't have like a big belly or anything. He's just, what's up? All right, let's see. This is the Golden Girls Tarot. Let's see what we've got for Nat Nat. What are David's thoughts regarding Nat Nat, please? Hey, pay unto Caesar. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you want to be a little bit clearer? I don't know who that is. And I've also never seen your screen name before, so I'm kind of weirded out by you asking me a question like that, like we've been friends for years. All right, so for Nat Nat, David's thoughts about Nat Nat. Two of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse. This feels like, yeah, something went a little bit south, or things, you know, got a little bit haywire. I probably wasn't doing what I needed to make things, you know, be a little bit more streamlined. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like there's a possibility here to reroute this or to change the situation, change the outcome. So maybe initially it's like, I don't know if I want to talk to you because I don't want to fight. But at the same time, the more I think about the situation, the more I realize, like, I got to do something. Eight of Swords in the reverse. I see things differently now. I felt like I had to do a little bit of a review. Does David feel like he did something wrong? Yeah, so there might be an incoming apology here because King of Swords is in the reverse and the Knight of Swords. This is like, I feel like I really need to have a conversation with you about where my head's at and what happened and why things went down that way. There is enlightenment or a lesson learned on his side. And there's that Page of Cups for an apology. I hope it's it seems like it would be a genuine apology. Because it feels to me like this is someone who wants to make sure that things move forward the right way. You're welcome, Nat Nat. This is the Pause Tarot. Let's see what we've got for Dana. It feels right to choose the Pause Tarot for this question, doesn't it? Does Frankie like the black cat? Yes. I don't know why this cracks me up so much. Probably because you told me that he stares at the black cat. But look at the bugged out eyes here. Like, Two of Cups. Really? And the Two of Wands. I think actually maybe the issue is, does the black cat like Frankie? I think Frankie is kind of like, I'll try to be patient. I'll try to pace this right because it looks like maybe you're not ready for a new best friend yet. But let's be best friends. Oh no. There is, yeah, I think there is a desire for camaraderie or friendship, but also Frankie is a bit hesitant because it's like, oh, sorry, because it's like, I can sense that there's a little bit of wild energy coming from the black cat, so maybe I need to like kind of keep my distance, right? So are they going to end up being besties? Yeah, they're going to end up getting along real well. So one thing that's coming through for me is Stewie, my cat, the one I was just describing. Wasn't he cute? He was a bit of a loner in the last couple of years. And then I got Hambone, and Hambone was 2 when I got him. And I was terrified. I was like, Stewie's gonna hate this. He's gonna be so mean to me. But Stewie loved Hambone so much faster than I thought he was going to. And I was like, okay, this is my little buddy. I'm gonna make sure everything goes well with them. It's gonna be great. Took him under his wing, right? So I feel like that's where this is headed, is someone being like, oh, you're my buddy. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? Hello, Brian. Oh, you're so welcome. Hello, Nicole, how are you doing? Hello, Cole. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I gotta eat some food. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes, and I'll see you on the next reading.